Have you medically transitioned, and what did that involve?
Yes. So again, pretty much right away, whenever I realized I was trans, I was like, yeah, medical transition is going to be for me because it's not right for everyone. But I made a pros and cons list, and it was almost all pros. Um, And I was very aware of the state of trans healthcare in the NHS, which I love the NHS. It's fantastic. Its trans healthcare is quite far below reasonable standards right now. For instance, their wait lists are officially 5 years for a first appointment. And if you actually look at the numbers moving through, it's more than double that. But I went and got my NHS referral, but I was also lucky enough to be able to go privately. So I took out a small loan and contacted the provider. And even though I was going privately, I mean, getting cross-sex hormones in this country is not a fun process. It took, with various waiting lists and things, 15 months from start to
Mm.
finish. And during that time, I had to get a gender dysphoria diagnosis, which is something that this country requires, even though it's not internationally recognized as being needed for over a decade, but never mind.
Mm.
And that involved me having to do 50 pages of forms, several psychological tests, write an essay, and have an interview with a psychologist because, who doesn't want to have to write an essay on why they deserve their own healthcare? I'm not bitter. Um, but once it was finally all done and I actually got my hands on the testosterone, it was the end of March 2022. So it's been about 15 months now.
Mm.
And it's been fantastic. I've
Mm.
loved the changes that I've had. And the number one thing that people have told me is that I am more myself. I'm more confident. I'm more comfortable. I'm more happy. I'm just more me, And the thing about taking cross-sex hormones is that it's basically putting yourself through a second puberty, um,
Mm.
which can be awkward and weird at times. Like I've been pretty lucky on the acne front, I've got to be honest. But there are things like whenever my voice was dropping. And
Mm.
I had to go to business meetings and, be like, oh, you're overspending. While my voice was cracking every other word like a teenager. It's embarrassing at the time, but now I think it's quite funny. Um,
Oh.
it is an awkward process to go through, and like I say, because it's like puberty, it's the changes are very, very gradual. So it takes years to get the full effects. Actually, at 15 months, I'm still considered to be quite early in my transition. Um, but everything that I've had so far has been fantastic, and I'm looking forward to all the other changes as well. So, the other part of medical transition that I am pursuing is top surgery, which is kind of like a mastectomy, except it's more cosmetic because they shape your chest to be more masculine. They don't just take
Mm.
everything. And at the moment, I'm researching surgeons for that because I'm hoping to get it done in the next year or so, though it will depend on if I can successfully remortgage my flat because, again, I will have to pay privately for that.